What's up, fan? Welcome to another episode. And, living the dream. We just got off of work. Long day of work. Long, tiresome day of work. But I feel like every time I talk to you guys, I'm in my car. So, got to change that, really. Discouraged. Well, I don't know. I don't know if discouraged is the right word. I need to be more patient, I think, with just everything in general. Because I'm seeing everything and I'm seeing how I want to prospect and, how my socials don't reflect my ideal customer right now and just all of it. But it's all going to happen with time. I give it a month, maybe 3 weeks, and I think I'll be in a much better position. So I just got to be patient, I think. So I just beat myself too much up about that. Secondly, pretty exciting process here. It's really happened in the last 24 hours or so. So I reached out to a friend of a friend who does some racing. I explained that, I think, in yesterday's episode. Races some sprint cars. Yeah, pretty cool. It's a pretty cool storyline, I think, and I think it also aligns well with what I want to be posting about. It's an opportunity to do maybe like a little bit of a longer form video about it. Give him the, that. I think he would really like that. No cost or anything, which I will be eating a little bit of money, so try to minimize that. With like just rentals and equipment and stuff. But I don't know, maybe it might be a few $100, and then hopefully it'll be a very high quality result, something that I can be really proud of, and then theoretically show that to brands as social proof, as like, here's what I can do for your company. My perfect scenario, like, I would love to work with Yeti. They have a series they've had for about the last 10 years or so called Yeti Presents. It's like a mini documentary series. I don't know how they find these people. They have agencies, I guess, that find people in all sorts of crazy, unique lifestyles, and they will do a documentary, and very little product placement. Like, doesn't feel like an ad whatsoever, but it's got very high quality cinema value. It's the storytelling component it's very good, just very good high quality video. And so I think that's just how they can, maybe if they attract new customers, the new customers are attracted to the the feeling more than the product. And I think that is how you retain a customer for longer, if you get them to buy into your mission. I think that's the real way to do it. So pretty cool little business model there. But I would love to do that. Like, that's like my goal. Like, I would love to do that full time, that alone. But like, I mean, that's really far off. That's a long way away. So I don't even know if I'll be there in a year. It's a lot. I mean, those projects are no joke, and they're expensive. They're high ticket, like, to do something like that. But it would be really cool. All this to say, about 24 hours ago, hit my friend up, and super down. We hashed through some more details today. He's in town, so the race, there's a race this weekend on Saturday, and it's local. It's about 45 minutes away, so had this really cool opportunity to maybe shoot that. And it would be really cool so I'm renting this stuff out for the weekend, equipment. It'd be cool if that was the only rental. So like, if we can do interviews and like B-roll and everything we need to do. I had ChatGPT make me a shot list, an interview list, a pre-production checklist, and it was super great. Like, just how it just all laid it out immediately. It was awesome. So I literally just fed ChatGPT like the idea. Like, here's the idea. Here's what we're doing. Can you make all this stuff? And it was like bang, bang, bang. And it was like perfect. So that's crazy as well, just the power there. But anyways, so we've got that, and that's going to be a pretty cool little thing, I think. I think it's going to be a neat little just way of having some social proof and credibility, and how we can communicate to others online. Things I've been preaching, it feels like, for the last 3-4 days, and what I've been learning, honestly, too. But it's going to be, I think, pretty great win for us. It's only going to cost us, hopefully not that much. Hopefully like $300 is would be like the low end of, which is still money, that's still, so we will see, but it's very exciting. So tune in. I have a call with them, with my Connect, and then with this driver. I have a call with them in about an hour, and I'm going to see where I'm at and if I'm on the road or whatever, because my wife and I do have plans tonight. But if I'm like around and I have her phone near me, I'll try to record the process. What is up, everyone? It is the next day. Obviously did not get a chance to record that phone conversation. Was kind of just in a rush getting out the door when that happened. But when the call went really well, he's very on board with it all. And so I spoke to the driver just about logistics, kind of creative vision, just casting kind of why I'm doing this, and just that I want to build, a portfolio, and this is a passion project, and it's kind of what my vision is with it, like kind of how to structure it, to have a part with the garage and kind of him working on the car, then a part of him actual racing, and then a part of it just be interviews with him and his wife and his dad, and just kind of have that be a part as well, and then to stitch it all together to kind of create this like cohesive just storytelling piece. So I am stoked. Like, I love doing this sort of stuff, so I'm very excited about it, and he's very on board as well, so that's very exciting, just to kind of have this project where we can both just jump into it and just be really excited about it. So we are going to film it all this weekend, which is awesome. So just start to finish, I'm gonna go over there on Saturday as he's loading the car from the garage onto the trailer. Then I'm gonna go with him to the track, and then obviously the race is going to be on the track, and then after that, the next day, which is Sunday, is going to be kind of the day where we do the interviews, and then also just him working on it, just details, close-ups, things like that. So more B-roll basically. So very excited about it, and this just sort of thing just fires me up. So just looking forward to it all around. So I ordered some rental equipment for it, which came out to pretty much exactly my budget. My budget was $300. This came out to about like 290 sites. So this is ChatGPT. This is what I said here. I'm producing a mini documentary about a sprint car driver. And then just kind of gave it a little bit of just what I wanted. I want a 30,000 foot view of what the story could be. Here's kind of what it looks like. This is the audience. Very cool. So it gave me a title, which is a little cheesy, but whatever. And it just set it all up, which is very cool. It just did a bunch of work for me, It puts me in a much better place. I wouldn't say that I don't think the purpose of AI necessarily is to do something for you, but I do think it gets you a head start on it. Like, it's like running a race, basically. Like, if you're running a 100-meter race with a 10-meter head start, or a 20-meter head start, it definitely gives you a competitive edge for sure, but sometimes there is legwork that you need to kind of do. Whether the legwork is continue to talk to AI to get more refined answers, or whether the legwork is to take what AI says and then bring it over, make it your own. Whatever that, or both, because a lot of the times both are true. So whatever that looks like, I think that it's not meant to do all the work, but it's definitely meant to give you, a significant edge. So this is kind of what I had here. It broke it down into some 5 parts. So we have intro, here's what it looks like, kind of just vibes, like feeling, emotion, kind of what it looks like, and pretty cool, just inspiration, like just kind of some inspiration pieces. And we have build. This isn't how I'm going to structure it, kind of like I just said, but it was great inspiration that led me to how I'm going to structure it. So I think that's great. So the work, the race, the actual race, and then the come down. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, the bird just scared me. I'm not going to do that necessarily. I'm just going to just kind of end it at like the race. I kind of have a creative vision idea for that. But anyways, asked me to break that down to shooting schedule and treatment format. And I was like, nah. But I asked, what about questions I could ask? It gave me a good interview guide. Some of these are like just generic, and so I kind of had to alter a lot of these. But I mean, great pool to pull from, right? And then what about the wife? I'm going to ask the wife questions. Boom. Questions for the wife. What about his dad? Dad questions. Boom. And we're also asking the friend too. I didn't put that in here, but same thing. And then it asks, what if I bundled all these into a single doc? Great. With tips on how to shoot each scene, what kind of B-roll? Oh yeah. So just this full document. Fantastic. And then, okay, what about the pre-production call, which obviously was last night? but here's the agenda for that. Boom, 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 boom. Super nice. I mean, my goodness. Like, this helps. Did you know how much time this saved? You know, like, Google Doc version of this. Bang. Bang. Just like that. And then I brought it over to Google Docs, and obviously I changed it quite a bit, but I was able to copy paste it and then work off of it, which is beneficial. So I was able to kind of put in my own tone and ideas, and you know, what's important to me here is epic opening, closing shots, end on a bar. Like, you know, if the main character says a good line, just to end on that, I think would be fire. Whatever, you know, just has things like that. I want to interview, shoot logistics, B-roll, pretty cool. And then here's the interview guide. Here's questions I asked. We went over on the call I had yesterday. Just some logistical things. Got all those answers, and then here's the interview guide. So was able to. I started this. I haven't finished it, but because I just altered it. So this is what ChatGPT gave, and this is kind of how I've altered it a little bit. But so just starting to kind of just trailblaze through there, and then a little bit of a shot list. Haven't actually dove it into here yet, but it's a really good spot to work off of. So. I think this is incredibly helpful for our mini doc, and very excited to see how that turns out. So, I guess maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow's episode actually. I guess in tomorrow's episode we will you'll see more about kind of this unfold. So, pretty excited about it all. It's a big passion project, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, great. So this is about it. What I have for today here, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and pitch all these. Some clients. I don't have many written down already. I don't have any prospected, so I'm just going to do a lot of client research online, and then kind of go from there. But taking a break for lunch. I'm 6 down, and is that 9 to go? 9 to go. 6 down, 9 to go. I am really focusing on the sunglasses space right now. For a reason, just because I think it's important to target a similar a company, you know, at the same time. Otherwise, your brain's just going all over the place. Why would you do that to yourself? So, sunglasses and that kind of similar or adjacent industry. Finishing up, going home now, and it's a big old building right there. Look at that. Going home. I did end up at 15, feeling okay, discouraged, tired. You know, the market is very saturated. It seems like everyone already has content. It's going to be a little bit of a problem, you know, for me, someone who wants to make content. Discouraging, but we press on one day at a time. So tomorrow we're meeting with we have a weekly meeting with our client who's in the outdoors, ocean, maritime themed space. Giving him a mood board for a content shoot that's happening. That's in the morning, and then we're just gonna kind of give a pulse check on what we need to do in the afternoon. So I will catch y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.